guys, welcome to the next tutorial of React. So in this tutorial we are going to see what are the states and how to define it inside your component. Alright, so let's start with this. So states are like, these are present inside your class component basically, and also you can define your states inside the functional components, but that has been introduced in React 16.8 onwards versions. All right, so if you look at the documentation, so they have given this definition: the state starts with a default value when a component mounts and then suffers the mutation in time. Mutation in time means it changes and it is changed by the user. Okay, so this is very complicated definition, so let's get back to the basics. So state can be a local variable, you can say, right? Simply, state is a local state of a component which cannot be accessed and modified outside the component. This is a very simple definition. So if you want to define some variable, or if you want to define the data inside your component or inside your class, so in that case you can use the state. So there is a use state hook which has to be used inside your functional component, so that is a different part, but this is a class component. So in this class component, this state is a JavaScript object and it has some of the keys like first name, last name and city. So we can directly print these keys using the curly braces and we can get this output: hi Jack of JavaScript. So the first name is Jack of and the last name is JavaScript. So likewise we can access the state using this keyword because it belongs to a class and it has to be defined inside a constructor, because at the time of initialization of your class it has to be defined. So that is the reason. So this dot state dot first name is the variable and last name is the again second variable, so we can directly print it out. So if you compare it with the analogy of JavaScript, so this is a JavaScript function and this is a name with a variable which is an inner variable, or this is a we can say this variable resides inside this function, and if you try to access this name variable outside the function then it is not allowed, so it gives you error. So similarly, this state has a variable inside the class, and if you try to access the state outside of this class or outside of the component, so it is not allowed. So basically we can compare the same analogy with the state and the local variables. Alright, so we can also pass this state to another component, right? So inside our app.js, which is a parent component, we have this profile component printed. We have used the selector for this and we are passing the name as a property. So similarly we can also access the name property using the props, as we have already seen it. Alright, so state can be anything. If you consider the state, like if the user is logged in or not, so that can be a state. If certain modal is open or not, that can be also a state. So this state variables can be defined inside your main state object. Alright guys, so this is it. So thank you so much for watching. Keep learning. If you like the video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.